You think of doing something big, but fail to focus. You plan of achieving something massive, but fail to execute it. You blame others. You blame him, you blame her. You think that the problem is around you, but probably not. Probably the problem is within you. It is your thoughts, it is your mind. Let's take an example. Two boys, Ramu and Somu, begins at the same level and aims to achieve the same thing. Ramu plans the whole thing at once and he himself provides counter arguments for his thoughts. And in this process, he loses focus, drifts to other thoughts, and ultimately keeps on thinking this, keeps on thinking that, but fails to execute, fails to start it, and ends up without proceeding. But Somu thinks one step at a time, and then, without being drifted, he immediately executes that, and in this way, without thinking anything else, he proceeds towards his goal. This example shows us only one side, but the real picture is even more bigger. See, everything is fit here. The way you think, the way you act is going to decide the way you are going to live in the future. So, the more productive the thoughts are, the more productive the results are. How to basically think productively? Well, it's not a one-night task. It requires time, it requires effort, it requires skills. Step 1. Observe your thoughts. Learn to see what you are thinking. Think consciously and awarely. Try a small task. Sit alone quietly and try to observe all your thoughts. Surprisingly, you'll see that all your thoughts are connected in a pattern and ultimately they lead to some unproductive things. Once you have identified that pattern, it's now time to take over it. Step 2. Don't work for your brain. Make your brain work for you. Force your brain to think something, to imagine something, to dream something massive. Whenever you visualize your thoughts, whenever you are expecting a great outcome, and whenever you imagine yourself at a bigger place, your body starts releasing dopamine. And this makes the thinking process more easier and productive as well. Once you identify the pattern of your brain, force your brain to think the way you want. Step 3. At the start of your journey, don't try to plan everything because this will ultimately lead to exhaustion and drifting. Instead, force your brain to think one thing and then execute it without drifting or providing counter arguments. Once you start executing, your brain starts seeing progress, and progress fuels your brain like nothing else. Your brain starts getting more productive than before, and ultimately you end up doing something massive, something huge. To end with, many times things are not in our own hand. Yes, time comes when things are out of our hand and it's out of our control even. You can't change your surroundings, you can't change the situations. But probably you can change the way you interact with the situation and your surroundings and bring a better outcome.